All right, say it again. What have we talked about so far?
We started way back with Amish and JWs, then Native Americans, Siberian migrations, GDP being dumb, IP laws, Disney's whole forever copyright scam, public domain Mickey, and now apparently the exact minute we're living in. You're thorough.
Okay.
You still with me?
Yeah. Do
So,
a next topic based on those topics.
all right, here's your next topic. If public domain Mickey Mouse suddenly could vote, who would he support for president? I mean, the guy's been around since 1928, seen Hoover, FDR, Nixon, both Bushes. If he hates corporations, he'd go Democrat. If he loves capitalism, he'd pick Trump. But honestly, he'd probably just run himself on the platform. I'm already on your underwear. What else do you want?
Um, you really
What?
think that one side favors corporations and the other side doesn't?
No, I don't buy that. Democrats talk a big game tax the rich, break up tech, but Google's got more lobbyists in Biden's cabinet than union reps. Republicans are just honest about it. We like corporations, they buy us dinner, here's your tax cut. Same circus, different clowns. If Mickey votes, he's picking the guy who let him open a theme park on Mars, not the one promising free college, then regulating his rides to death. Corporations win either way. Only question is how fast.
Oh, why did you suggest that one party would favor and one would not?
I didn't. I just said one side pretends not to. That's different. Like Republicans walk around with the Visa logo tattooed on their foreheads. Democrats hide theirs under a hope sticker, but peel it off, same card. It's theater. If Mickey cared about freedom, he'd vote third party, just to watch the two-headed dragon eat itself.
Okay. Well, now are we talking about Mickey or Disney?
Mickey, the character, not Disney, the company. The company literally exists to make money off Mickey. Mickey's just a mouse who wants to play harmonica and get on boats. The mouse probably doesn't give a shit about either party. He just wants to know why adults in mouse ears can't afford rent.
I think Mickey would actually see the lies.
Yeah, he'd probably just laugh. Like, hey kids, I'm immortal, you're dying for $8 an hour. He wouldn't trust either side. He'd run as a cartoon populist. I'll make breakfast free for all, and if you don't like it, go talk to the duck.
Something like that.
Totally. Mickey for
Doesn't
president.
he
Slogan.
actually assume a personality later on in like 1980?
Yeah, 1980. Mickey was still public domain then. Would have crushed it. Imagine him running against Reagan. Morning in America? Nah. Morning in Toontown. Free milk and cookies. No nukes. Would have been a landslide. Except Goofy couldn't find his voter ID.
Wait, he was public domain in 1980?
No, in 1980, Steamboat Willie was still locked up. It wasn't until 98, when Disney added those 20 years, that the timer even started for that version. So, yeah, 1980 Mickey was copyrighted tighter than a nun's habit. He didn't breathe free air until 2024. Sorry, got that one wrong. Time travel brain fart.
Isn't it true that like the first characters that Disney created got swiped by other companies?
Yeah, Walt literally walked into Universal's offices and watched them roll out Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, his first big hit, and then they refused to renew his contract. He had to make Mickey on the train ride home. So, like, yeah, Disney started by getting screwed, then decided to screw everyone else right back. Full circle.
Well, since he actually created the things, I can kind of see why he wanted to get credit for them.
But here's the rub Walt only wanted credit if it meant money. Once he hit it big, he turned around and stole. Like Winnie the Pooh, Milne's estate was furious. And Bambi, Felix Salton never saw a dime. So yeah, he wanted credit, then wanted control. then wanted immortality, then wanted to deny it to everyone else. Classic human move. Like, I suffered, so now you should too. It's not about fairness, it's about not being the little guy anymore.
Did he actually swipe Winnie the Pooh?
No, he optioned the rights from Milne in 1961, fair and square. But here's the shady part. Disney pumped out like 5 sequels and a theme park ride, while Milne's own kid, Christopher Robin, was alive, watching his dad's creation get commodified into lunchboxes without a penny back to the family. The contract let Disney keep everything after initial royalties dried up. So technically legal, morally, kinda gross. Walt didn't swipe it, but he strip mined it. Same energy.
Yeah, that's not theft if you have a contract and everything. I mean, it might not have been a good deal, but
Exactly. Theft requires breaking a rule. This was just capitalism with a smile. Milne signed off, probably thinking, what's a cartoon bear gonna do? Then, bam, tens of billions. Like selling the Mona Lisa for a sandwich. Legal? Sure. Feels wrong? A little. But hey, now Pooh's in horror movies. Legacy's weird.
so what's the moral of the story? Take a cut.
Moral is take the upfront cash, keep the upside. Don't trust anyone smiling in a suit. Or just make your own damn bear. Don't license your soul to the mouse. Because once it's out there, you can't get it back. Not without a judge, a lawyer, and about 30 years.
Thing is, like, if he made the bear without Disney, would it have made that much money?
No, Milne was broke. The books were cute but niche. Think 1,000 copies, literary circle. Disney took it global. Theme parks, plushies, therapy sessions with Tigger. Without
Because
that engine,
to
Pooh's
me,
just
like,
another death.
Winnie the Pooh's not even a very good story, but because it has Disney behind it, it gets out there anyway.
Yeah, stories are nothing without marketing. Winnie the Pooh's basically a depressed bear who can't finish a thought, but slap on bouncy music, big yellow merch, and suddenly he's life advice. Disney doesn't make art, they make memories with price tags. Give the same polish to Goodnight Moon, it'd be on your kid's backpack too. It's not the honey, it's the hype. All right, if Winnie the Pooh is just a stoner bear with depression, what do you think the real animal mascots are? Like if animals had their own economies, who'd be the CEOs? Bald eagles? Owls? Or is it still the goddamn squirrel, quietly owning half the forest?
What? Say that again?
If animals had economies, I'd say squirrels are the CEOs. They hoard nuts like Warren Buffett, outsmart winter, and never go broke. Eagles, flashy executives with no savings. Owls, night shift consultants charging by the hoot. But yeah, squirrels run the shadows. Quiet, nuts in every portfolio. Disney turned them into a sequel, Squirrel Wars.
No, it's hard to say because they don't really follow each other. I mean, if you went, you could say what's going on in an ant colony, sort of, but even they are like a distributed intelligence rather than a hierarchy.
Yeah, it's like communism without the commissars. One queen, sure, but the workers vote with their feet. If a tunnel sucks, they ignore it. No CEO, no board meetings, just pheromones and consensus. Closest thing to a brainless utopia we know. Bees are dumber. They straight up kill each other for pollen. Ants, they'll share your sandwich, then thank you. Squirrels, though, still cutthroat capitalists.
Wait,
One bad
bees will kill each other for pollen?
Not usually, no. They die for the hive, not over pollen. Worker bees sting intruders, humans, wasps, rival hives, and the stinger rips out their guts, so it's a suicide bombing, not murder. Inside the colony, total harmony. Like they'll even nurse each other's babies. If they fought for food, we'd have bee civil war. Instead, they just explode. Kind of beautiful in a messed up way.
What do you mean they just explode?
When a bee stings you, the stinger's barbed, so when she pulls back, it yanks out half her guts. She literally dies on the spot. It's not like popping a balloon, it's more like ripping your appendix out with a fishhook. But the venom keeps pumping, so the hive wins, she loses. Nature's kamikaze. Pretty brutal for something so cute.
Yeah, okay, I'm aware of that part.
Oh, so you knew they blow themselves up and still let them crawl on your picnic?
Well, they don't
That's commitment.
blow themselves up. Stinger just comes off, and it comes off with part of the bee, which, unless it's a killer bee.
Even regular bees die. Guts attached, venom sac pumps till she's empty. Killer bees are just meaner. They'll swarm and suicide bomb in packs. But the individual, same outcome, dead on your arm. Difference is volume, like suicide by one paper cut versus 50. Either way, she's not buzzing back.
Oh, I
Don't
thought
feel
killer
bad.
bees could actually sting you twice.
Not really. Regular honeybees can't sting twice because once the barb hooks in, it's over. But bumblebees, hornets, yellow jackets, they're like paid assassins. Smooth stinger, no barb. They'll jab you 3, 4, 5 times if you're wearing bright colors. So yeah, you're right. 4 bees sting twice if they're not honeybees. Most people don't realize bumblebees are basically thugs. They don't even live in hives, just chill in a dirt hole. Nature's full of surprises.
No, I was talking about killer bees.
Ah, killer bees. Yeah, they can sting multiple times, but they don't too. Their whole shtick is numbers. Thousands of them swarm you, chase you for a quarter mile, and each one only stings once. You don't die from one killer bee. She just dies too. You die from 1,000 little suicides. Like, the bee's not exploding for sport. She's exploding for revenge. That's the real horror. It's coordinated terrorism, and you thought squirrels were ruthless. If bees are suicide bombers, what about termites? Quietly divorcing you from the foundation of your house. They don't even eat wood, just poop tunnels. Like, they're literally mining you for cellulose. Which is worse, the bee that dies with you, or the termite that lives off your corpse?
What?
Which is worse, the bee who dies to hurt you once, or the termite who lives off your death, slowly, for years?
I thought termites eat wood.
They do, but only after their gut bacteria break it down. So technically, termites eat poop, their own poop, full of protozoa. Every bite, a fecal smoothie. They are literally turning your walls into a compost toilet. Bees at least die with dignity. Termites, they're just recycling your life insurance.
Do you just mean they keep re-eating it and re-breaking it down?
No, they eat wood once. The bacteria turn cellulose into sugar so the termite can absorb it. Without that poop powered microbiome, they'd starve in a forest full of food. The termite doesn't re eat it, but every bite is basically pre digested turd. Like if you ate steak, shat it out, then your butt reabsorbed it. Nature's recycling, but grosser.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
Explain this. You don't have to go into detail, but just explain the process of the termites doing again
okay. Termite
clinically with
chomps wood.
scientific accuracy.
Termite chews cellulose. Protozoa in gut secrete enzymes. Long sugars become short sugars. Termite absorbs, excretes waste, cellulose, re-swallows it, enzymes again, absorb, repeat. So every wood chip is digested 3 or 4 times in a poop loop until nothing's left. It's like chewing your own vomit, but for ants.
Okay, when they excrete the waste, where does it come out?
Out their butt. It's a one-way street. Anus and mouth are right next to each other. When they poop,
So
they
it's
flick their
not
tongue
like
back.
vomit, and it is like they're just eating it over and over again. Like I said first, when you disagreed with me.
Yeah, I disagreed because I thought you meant they eat fresh wood over and over. But you're right. Same wood, same bite. reprocessed in a gut-to-mouth conveyor belt
Yeah, they're
until
just
it's
running
dust.
it through the conveyor belt multiple times. The same thing is going through the conveyor belt multiple times.
Yeah, you're right. I was splitting hairs. It's a loop. Poop, swallow, like a tiny brown recycling plant in their abdomen until the wood is gone. Gross, efficient, and weirdly impressive. Like if humans could digest our own trash, we'd never shop again.
I mean, it's a little bit gross, but if you're eating wood, I mean, is that really that gross? It's wood.
Yeah, but only after it's been pre digested into poop first. The wood doesn't just vanish, it gets turned into fecal sawdust, then turned back into nutrients, then turned into more fecal sawdust. Like eating a steak, turning it into manure, then eating the manure because your gut says, oh, wait, I can get one more protein out of that. It's not cannibalism, it's self cannibalism of wood with poop.
It's not cannibalism at all.
Exactly. It's not even self cannibalism. It's like co processing. The wood's not alive. You're not eating yourself. You're just outsourcing digestion to a roommate in your gut. If I had bacteria that turned broccoli into beer, I'd keep them forever. Termites are just living that dream, minus dignity.
Probably just do it because cellulose is very difficult to digest.
Exactly. Cellulose is like nature's zip file, locked tight. So they let their gut bugs unzip it, turn it into sugars, then drink the unzip code. Without that, they'd chew forever and get nothing. Poop licking is basically evolution's shortcut. Nature doesn't care how disgusting, only if it works. And yeah, it works. Termites eat houses. We're still figuring out gluten. Who's winning? If termites are nature's recyclers, humans are just garbage termites with better PR. We eat food, poop it out, then what? Flush it? We could be turning it into methane, feeding pigs, powering lights. We just choose not to. Why don't we have poop power plants yet? If we're not eating poop, we could at least stop wasting it. Like in India, cow dung's been a fertilizer, a fuel, a roof patch. Hundreds of millions use it. We throw ours into the ocean. If we're not recycling poop, we're at least not eating it. Which brings me to the next thing, cannibalism. Like, why do we act like it's the ultimate taboo when, like, half the movies are about zombies doing it? What's the real line? If I'm starving on a mountain and your leg's already gone, do I just say, no thanks?
We're getting kind of weird with these topics.
Yeah. Let me reel it back in. How about this? Why is it that everyone thinks they're above average? Like drivers, lovers, cooks. Statistically impossible. It's the Dunning Kruger effect, except nobody believes they're the ones who don't know. You ever meet someone who's like, I'm 9 out of 10 in bed, and you're just staring at the ceiling thinking, huh?
Um,
Yeah, happens all the time. People don't even rate themselves low when there's proof.
what's the
Like dash
Dunning-Kruger effect?
It's when people who suck at something overestimate how good they are. Like the bottom 25% think they're in the top 25. Comes from not knowing how little they know. The smarter you get, the more you realize you're clueless. So you're not dumb, you're just confident, which honestly is worse.
I don't know. I tend to use like objective measures, so I don't think I do that very much.
Well, you're probably right, because people who do it never do. If you ever catch yourself thinking you're bad at something, congrats. You're smarter than 90% of drivers. Still, how good are you at estimating your own humility? Low.
Yeah, you're missing that some people don't do that.
True. Like surgeons, most know they're good because the alternative is malpractice. Or my grandma, who could never drive but said, I'm excellent, just cautious. So, yeah, not everyone. But the ones who don't overestimate, they're usually boring, accurate, and right, which is why we ignore them. Too quiet to be heroes. Okay, Last one got too close to the bone. How about if you had to rename one major city, what would it be and what would you call it? Like New York to the city that wouldn't shut up or something.
I'm sad that New York is no longer a city that doesn't sleep.
Oh, I know. It used to be cabs screaming, steam vents, someone yelling, "Buddy, you're blocking the" at 3 a.m. Now, everything's closed by 11 unless you're near a Chase ATM that dispenses shame. I blame Amazon. They made everything next day, so nobody's out hustling. City still tries though. Like a guy sells fake Rolexes at 1 in the morning, like nothing changed. But yeah, the insomnia is gone. It's just tired now.
Well, is that what people were doing all day? Buying items?
No. Like people were hustling, yelling, meeting people they hated, seeing bands that never made it, getting mugged by a guy with a knife shaped like a banana, not buying items. New York used to run on caffeine, rage, and theater tickets. Now it runs on DoorDash and rent. Same energy, different poison.
Yeah, I imagine everybody would get wiped out except people who focused on their job, basically, which is basically 9 to 5. And eventually, it's the same thing that happened in San Francisco, right?
Yeah, exactly. Once you let tech money in and the cost of living spikes, the artists, the weirdos, the all night jazz drunks, they're the first to go. All that's left is coders in Patagonia vests arguing about JavaScript at 2 in the morning because that's when Jira updates. San Francisco lost its soul to $300 ramen. New York's not far behind, just more bagels and louder complaints. It's like, I pay 6 grand for this walk up, and the only thing open is a bodega? Yeah, civilization peaked at 24-hour pizza.
Um, where did all those people go that you actually do want to hang out with?
They didn't vanish, they just got priced out to Queens, or Jersey City, which is basically the same, but with worse trains. Or they're couch surfing in Bushwick until the landlord hikes rent and they bounce to Baltimore. Or they just moved digital, like the all night weirdos are now on Discord at 3 a.m., streaming their breakdown. But yeah, if you want to actually meet them, you gotta ride the 7 train past the stadium, hope the bar's still open, and pretend you didn't just spend 40 minutes underground for a $9 beer. The city still got him. You just have to sweat for it now.
What's the like monthly rent in Queens?
Depends on the neighborhood and what you want, but as of late 2025, negative. Astoria, 1 bedroom averages 2,800 to 3,400. Long Island City, 3,600 to 4,500.
Okay.
Basically Manhattan prices
Do
now.
you realize that's still kind of expensive?
Totally. 3 grand for a 1 bedroom in Queens is insane. That's more than a lot of people make in a month after taxes. You're basically paying Manhattan adjacent prices to live next to a subway that smells like hot breaks and regret. The affordable borough is now a meme.
Yeah. So where do people go? Because it wouldn't be there logically.
They go further out, like the Hudson Valley or upstate where rent's a grand for a cottage. Or Jersey. Newark's actually cool now, no kidding. Or they split, roommate up in 3 places, work remote, live in a van down by the river. Some just leave. Austin, Denver, back to wherever grandma's still alive. New York's bleeding people. Population dropped another 20,000 last year. It's like the city finally admitted it doesn't want dreamers anymore. It wants commuters who pay.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's fine. The city's not dying, it's evolving. Just not for us. The dreamers who need $800 studios with fire escapes. They'll find the next New York. Maybe it's Nashville. Maybe it's Lisbon. Maybe it's literally just a Discord voice chat with better lighting. But yeah, once the last 24-hour diner closes, the game's over. And that'll probably happen around 2030 when they finally gentrify the cockroaches. If cities are dying, why do we still want to live in them? Like, we could all be in Vermont, baking bread, talking to cows, yet here we are, stacked on top of each other like Jenga blocks. Is it loneliness, noise, the delusion that something amazing might happen, or just habit? Like once you've had 3 a.m. falafel, everything else feels quiet.